So now we're going to factor x squared plus x plus 1. So with this one here, the question is we need factors of 1 which add to 1, coming from the x term there. So 1, essentially you have the factors of 1 times 1 or minus 1 times minus 1. So in each of these cases, you have 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, but that's not equal to 1 because we need the 1 for the x there. And this one is minus 1 is equal to minus 2, but that's also not 1. So the thing to note is that we have no factors of 1 that can add to 1 for that middle term to work out. So what we call this is that x squared plus x plus 1 is prime or irreducible, in that we can't factor it over the rational numbers. So there's no rational numbers that will allow us to factor this. So we call it prime or irreducible. So if you notice this happens, so for another example, we have x squared plus 3x plus 1. This one's also prime, as there's no factors of 1, being that constant term at the end, that can give us a 3. The only factors there in the middle would be, instead of a 3, we could have a 2 or a negative 2. Any other number there is not going to be factorable. So this thing will be prime or irreducible. I just want to point out there's a couple forms to notice when you're factoring things. Like if you see some polynomials that have these forms either as factors or the polynomials themselves, these are nice ways of factoring it. So the first one is the difference of squares. And that is a squared minus b squared is equal to an a plus b times an a minus b. So if you see something like, as an example, x squared minus 4, this would factor as an x plus 2 and an x minus 2. Next is the difference of cubes. And this one is a cubed minus b cubed, which then factors as an a minus b times an a squared plus ab plus b squared. So as an example, if I had x cubed minus 8, this would equal x minus 2 times x squared plus a 2x plus 4. And then lastly, we have the sum of cubes. And this is of the form a cubed plus b cubed, which can be written as an a plus a b times a squared minus ab plus a b squared. Oh, I missed a parenthesis up there. So as an example, x cubed plus 8, this one is equal to an x plus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 4. So these are nice things to notice when you're factoring. So like if you see like an x minus 4 or like an x minus 9 or things like that, even an x minus 1 will work. You can use the difference of squares. I do want to note that there is no such thing as the sum of squares, though that does not factor and is in fact irreducible. So if you were to check x squared plus 1, that is prime. It has no factors because no factors of 1 can sum to 0.